Mahilig ka daw kayo matulog sa klase.
Oo, tama. Mataba kasi ako eh. I was loved unconditionally. But, you know, the beauty about that love was really a lot of encouragement rather than being criticized na bobo tayo, hindi tayo marunong mag-aral.
Sabi ng legendary investor na si Warren Buffett, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. Paano nga ba natin mapapalago ang kahit kaunting pera na meron tayo para sa ating kinabukasan? Ako po si Ces Orenia Drilon. Samahan ninyo ako sa aking pakikipag-usap sa tinaguriang millionaire maker na si Edward Lee, ang chairman at founder ng pinakamalaking online stock brokerage house sa Pilipinas, ang COL Financial. Dito lamang sa Usapang Bilyonaryo. You know, all of you who are watching this or who going to watch us, you're very lucky because we will learn from the man who wants to make millionaires out of all of us. Is that an accurate description of you?
It's really because way back in the 90s, when I became a member of the Philippine Stock Exchange, and we really wanted to help build the capital market. No? So I wrote down one day and I said that we need to take charge and help people understand the importance of financial literacy. So that was the beginning of, it's an advocacy rather than anything else. No?
But you want, for instance, your aim is to make like our crew
Yes, that's correct.
eventually
To understand it.
and become a millionaire. Or it's
Through time, in time,
in time.
if they are able to have the discipline, and that's, in fact, it's really simple.
It's not impossible.
It is possible. It is possible. And that's the reason why we do this, no, as an advocacy. No, the only problems, of course, is when they are ready to receive it or not. Diba? Yan yung biggest challenge natin.
Ayan ang challenge natin. They should be ready to receive
Yes,
it after watching this.
Hopefully,
Okay.
naintindihan
So,
nila. Maintindihan nila.
Ayan, simulan natin. Kasi si Edward ay isang college dropout. So you know of what you speak.
Yes, and that's the reason why it became an advocacy, because I work for 8 pesos a day in Equitable Computer Services. We're still working with them closely. And I was a key puncher, a verifier.
Parang
Disk drive-
data encoder.
Data encoder talaga.
Oh,
That's
data
what we. And then we also key punch checks. Dati wala pa ng MICR eh, di ba? So I work for 8 pesos a day after dropping out.
8 pesos a day.
A day, yes,
Oh.
yes. If I can become where I am today,
Right.
I think,
Anyone can.
yes, I believe that.
Exactly.
I believe that.
Kasi
I really believe that.
kung what was your college degree?
Kasi
Mahilig ka daw kayo matulog sa klase.
oh, tama.
Oh, tama ba yung description na nagtamad?
Mataba kasi ako eh, di ba? So it's just normal that
You're more sluggish.
yes. But then I was exposed at a very young, kasi I really don't enjoy school eh. So what I did was I joined an organization. I was exposed to, it's called JA Philippines, a Junior Achievement of the Philippines. And at the age of 1972, the age of 17, 18, I was exposed to be an entrepreneur. I was just lucky that I was exposed. And,
To this
organization. Yes.
Organization.
Yes. Still today we're working together. It's more than 100-year-old already, and we have young kids that we compete every year, senior highs, and then I was exposed to the stock market during those periods of time. After 4 years of working, then I joined. I set up a company, a trading company, with 2 partners. Still today, I'm our partners. And we started selling wall covering, then eventually became window covering.
You were not an actual installer of wallpaper, or did you have to do that to start the
Well,
business?
because when we were starting, it was difficult, right? So we have to pick up the installers in the squatter areas and bring them to the job site. And sometimes They don't
don't
cannot
show
make
up.
They show up. So we have to do it on our own. May kwento nga ako, nang nagsusukot ako, nahulog pa ako sa food elevator. Eh. What happened is I was just measuring, I was second floor. I was all alone in Santa Cruz yata. Measure, biglang ako nahulog sa food elevator. Mataba lang ako, nakalusot, hindi ako nakalusot.
Because you said you wanted to be an entrepreneur from your sweldo na 8 pesos
Yes,
a day.
yes.
Inipon nyo.
Inipon natin. So, maliit lang naman eh. 50,000 pesos each lang naman yan eh. That's how we started.
And then the stock market came next? How did
No, I was
you...
always,
Okay.
di ba, I was exposed to the stock market, I think, 73 eh. Siyempre, wala tayong pera, konti lang pera natin. So, you speculate on this...
Without knowing much.
Yes. And then you win, you lose, you win, you lose. And after a while, siyempre, ubus ka rin. Kasi everybody wants to make money quick eh, di ba? Kasi bata ka pa. 73, 74, ubus na. Kick out, work for 8 pesos a day.
What did your parents have to say about this?
Walang choice eh, kasi ako lang bunso eh, di ba? So I was loved unconditionally. But you know, the beauty about that love was really a lot of encouragement rather than being criticized na bobo tayo, hindi tayo marunong mag-aral, di ba? So it was very fortunate. Even we were in that condition, I never felt poor. And that's very important. My dad was a salesman and became a small shirt factory.
It was hard to make ends meet.
Very difficult, yes. Then my mom was a teacher. Nag-jeep, nagbubus, di ba? Minsan lumalakad, pauwi, ganun talaga yan.
Dahil walang naubos na yung baon sa stock market.
Naubos. So I was really fortunate. So even though I got kicked out, my dad always, I remember my dad will always tell me, anak, hindi ka naman bobo eh, di ba? Kung isang oras yung kasama mo, ikaw kailangan 3, 4 hours just to be able to catch up. Kung minahal ka, tapos hindi naman sinasabi niya mga kahirapan nila, so hindi mo alam yan, di ba?
Hindi mo alam
Hindi mo
na
alam.
hirap
mahirap
pala
pala.
sila na pakainin kayo,
Yes,
paaral. Kunyari, parang, ano ba? I mean, it must be expected. Yung tuition, di ba? Hirap sila, tapos babagsakin mo lang.
Oo, di ba? Lasal pa yung pinasukan niya ako. I was never deprived eh. Then there's a problem today. Today, may kaya tayo, di ba? So it's a different, di ba?
Exactly. So, paano yun? How do you do it?
Maswerte din ako na I was able to share the values that was given to me by my parents. Eh. Diba? It's not only about us. Diba? Kasi kailangan tumingin ka sa tabi mo. Eh, diba? Maraming mahirap din doon. So you have to work harder. You have to work hard so that you can have a purpose in life na you can also share your blessing. So building businesses was all about that. Money is very important, no? But you need to make sure that you're doing the right thing. You have to take care of your people.
That's when you just discover the secret. I mean,
Yes,
the
formula of success. Don't think about yourself. You continue to just take care of your people. Your people, siyempre may malasakit yan eh, di ba? I have so many people that have been with me for 20, 30 years na yan, ha? Di ba? They started when they finished school, or when they finished their school, they joined me, and that's still today.
Nangyari po ba nung una, parang kasi syempre you want to give what is due to your employees pero kapos sa payroll, tapos mangungutang ka muna, pambayad, gano'n. Meron bang gano'ng struggle? You know, many of them are women. Ang daming babae.
Minsan lalaki dyan.
There are more women, ha?
Of course.
Why is that? Good. Kaya pala ang galing ng paglaki ng COL. Powered by women. Nangyari po ba nung una, parang kasi syempre you want to give what is due to your employees pero kapos sa payroll, tapos mangungutang ka muna, pambayad, gano'n.
Ganito yan eh. When you are building a business, you need to understand na kumikita ka, pero syempre, pag bata ka, you want to continue to roll it, di ba? You invest in this, invest in that. Tayo naman, what we do is, we try to control our growth. It's called controlling the growth. Eh. Kasi pag, let's say, kumikita ka, akala mo, tuloy-tuloy na yan.
Pwede ka nang mag-expand.
Yes. When you expand too fast, syempre, may guhit din yan di ba? Yung negosyo. I mean, alam mo naman Pilipinas, maraming crisis di ba?
Yeah.
So every time that there's a crisis, the interest rate goes to 20-30% eh. Kung umutang ka, delikado ka talaga eh. Delikado ka talaga. So that's what I did.
So ang ini-invest sa stock market, walang utang. Kailangan money that you
that you set aside.
That you
Tinatabi mo.
na pwede ka mag-survive ng
Yes. That's kaya sa stock market investing, it's all about just allocating 10-20% of what you make, itinatabi mo yan eh.
And you should always have savings.
Emergency fund.
You use your emergency fund to invest in the
No.
stock market? Kunyari, minimum wage earner. Kaya ba?
Kaya.
500, wala pang 600 a day yon.
So sabi mo, 50 pesos, tatabi ka ng 10%, 50 pesos.
A day?
A day.
Okay.
So magkano
Sige.
na yan?
Times
30,
oh.
1,005. In a year, 20 plus thousand. For example, pupunta ako ng Starbucks, di ba? So kilala ako, short Americano. Pagkasama ko yung daughter ko, hot cup of water lang yan. Di ba? Tapos pupunta sa tabi, lalabas na yung 3-in-1 niya. So nakatibi ka ng 100 pesos, di ba? Kung 100 pesos, 3,000 pesos.
Papayagan ka ba sa Starbucks na
Siyempre,
magdala ng...
kilala naman ako doon eh.
You mean yung daughter mo, bibigyan mo lang ng 3-in-1?
Hindi, siya ang may gusto, hindi ako.
Because
Gusto
sinabi
niya
mo
talaga
sa
ang
kanya?
3-in-1. No. Yan ang ginagawa niya. Kaya, di ba? So, kung nagtatabi ka ng pera...
Saan mo itatabi? Yun nga, kasi baka mamaya maengganyo ka, di ba? Na
Normal yan.
bili ng sneakers
Yes,
or
yes,
alam mong the
Tama
late.
na, tama
Oo,
na.
di ba?
Kailangan, nagtatabi ka muna bago mo gastusin yung luho mo. So, income, save muna. Then you expense. Kasi pag income, expense muna, wala kang masasave.
So, when you started, ilan ang investors?
When we started the business in 1999 for COL Financial, January 2006. Listed kami July eh. We had only 272 customers.
And these were big. They were
No.
big capital.
Pangmasa talaga. The high net worth people not, siyempre, bago lang tayo, di ba?
Sino ka?
Di ba? Maswerte lang ako. Pinayagan ako at that time, si Francis Lim of the PSC. Kasi kilala ako kasi I've been serving the Manila Stock Exchange and the Philippine Stock Exchange as the head of the computer committee. Kasi I needed the listing so that I can build a brand, di ba? Parang at least parang malaki ka na, but in perception, but in reality, we were just starting.
You only had 272
customers in January.
Na ang minimum investment at the time
And that was higher, 25,000.
20. Ngayon, 1,000.
1,000 pwede na.
Okay, ngayon, ilan na po?
We have about almost 500,000 customers after 17 years. No? Still a long way to go. The Philippine capital market investors is mga 1.23% lang eh. Maliit lang pala eh.
Ng population.
Ng population. So if 100 million, so more than a million accounts open. Building an online platform takes time talaga. Maswerte lang ako kasi I used to work for a computer center. So may tao talaga ako. Then when I became the computerization chair, may tao rin ako dun sa PSC. I was computerized kasi I used to work for Equitable Computer Services eh. So pinaprocess
Yung yung ano mo, data encoder, may katuturan pala.
May,
I mean, it led you to understand
well, at
the
least
need.
we understand that with the need of computerization. So the exposure of the stock market, the exposure on computerization, leads me to be able to help the Manila Stock Exchange computerize eh.
Were you ahead of Makati? No.
Yes, we were ahead.
In computerization?
In their computerization. There were two systems that were running, Manila and Makati. So when I became the chairman, ang ginawa ko, tinapon ko yung jeepney. Yung luma. Nag-migrate na kami. That's why I became the Philippine Stock Exchange. That's why they honor me with that I was the chairman at that time to put it all together.
There was never any compulsion to, pamper yourself, to enjoy the...
You're talking about midlife crisis, di ba?
No.
O parang ganun, di ba?
Really?
These are what we call, you're looking for to make yourself happy, right? But in our business, which is advocacy,
You're already happy.
we're happy eh. Di ba? I remember what Oprah Winfrey said. Your legacy, her legacy is the people that she was able to impact. Eh. And that's the reason why we do this, di ba? It's because, we can't expect everybody to understand what we're saying. But the one or two people who basically was able to take it to the next level and was able to receive it, then it can change their lives.
And
Diba?
that's very rewarding for you.
That is very, very rewarding. I called it good for the soul.
Walang mamahaling relo.
Hindi kailangan kasi pagtingin ko, alam ko na anong oras. Diba?
Wala kayong koleksyon ng relo?
Wala, hindi. Wala talaga. Wala nga relo eh. Wala eh.
By 2007, 2008, when we saw the market coming down and we were warning people to get out, most of them did not until the 2008 deleveraging came. And then we changed the business model. The business model became a long-term investment, easy investment program that was launched, I think, somewhere in October 2008. But when we did that, that was the beginning of COL Financial. COL Financial was born basically with the intention of helping people, the masses, learn how to have that financial literacy mindset and being able to have an investment program that when they retire 10, 20 years from today, they will all be financially free.
What's the most expensive thing you own?
Was able to hone my craft and understand how to do this properly. Then as your account size increases, then I became a market promoter, not a market operator. There's a big difference between a market promoter and a market operator. I don't operate markets. I promote markets. I identify companies that I like, I accumulate it, and I promote it. Not to sell, but eventually for everybody to be able to get out at the same fair value prices.
So what's the most expensive thing you own siguro?
I think this beautiful desk. Maswerte ako. Hindi, kasi I was always happy.
Simple lang ang desires ninyo,
wala.
hindi komplikado.
At saka just happy for people. If you can build a beautiful house, you have a building, I'm happy for you. I mean, I'm not in a point wherein I'll be envious because I'm happy naman eh.
Amazing, no? You're not competitive pero you managed to build this. You're a bilyonaryo, di ba? Correct?
In paper. You know, when you're building businesses and you're empowering people, it's just, we don't count anymore. I mean, if you count, di ba, baka ayaw mo na magtrabaho, di ba? So we just continue to do what we do best. Right? And then,
Day in, day out.
And then day in, day out.
Alam namin na mahilig kayong kumain.
Mahilig talaga.
yung pagpili ba ng restaurant, dapat parang stock market din yun?
Hindi naman. There are a lot of expensive restaurant na hindi rin masarap. Marami ring masasarap na restaurant na hindi mahal. Di ba?
Doon tayo.
Di ba? Doon tayo. Part of my slide when I give a talk is I show that all these professional basketball player, golfer, whatever, after 5 years of retirement, wala na silang pera. Bankrupt na sila. They don't understand what we call the 3 basic law of money natin. Di ba? That's what we teach talaga palagi. But they have to understand it. Kasi maski anong ganun yaman ka, pag nag-retire ka na, anong gagawin mo? Di ba? Daming mga basketball player doon, di ba? Professional NBA, they make so much money, 100, 200 million. Pero, end of the day, even movie stars, di ba? Maraming dyan na makikita mo na, because they don't understand what we call the 3 basic law of money. It's that you need to save, nagtatabi ka, you need to invest, and you need to reinvest it so that you have passive income.
Habang natutulog ka,
Yes,
may
that's right.
perang...
May pera. May
kita ka.
kumikita para sa iyo.
Hindi yung kailangan humarap ka na naman sa camera or maglaro ka ng basketball hanggang
Yes. Tumanda ka na.
ugod ka na.
Oo.
Oo. And many make that mistake.
Almost 90% of that make mistakes. Kasi pag malaking pera mo, malaking gastos mo.
Isn't it tiring though that, what you're advocating sometimes just falls on deaf ears? Or
Ganun talaga. And that's why it has to be an advocacy. Tuloy-tuloy lang tayo. The 1 or 2% na was able to receive it, then okay na tayo eh.
kailangan mo rin ng kliyente because may commission kayo, di ba?
Yes.
So, Can you actually say that this is driven by advocacy or driven by business?
It has to be by advocacy. Kasi marami kaming mga pumasok dito sa negosyo natin. All the big banks basically tried eh. Di ba they have what? They have millions of customers, which we don't have access to. Why did they stop?
They stopped ba?
Well, they're still there, but they stopped
Because marketing it.
Marketing it. Bakit?
Yeah.
Kasi ang laki ng cost mo eh. Di ba? Kung hindi advocacy, hindi naman sustainable eh.
So malaki yung cost mo.
Wala naman tayong sweldo eh, kaya okay lang.
Kasi kayo.
Kami, di ba? Negosyo natin, we love to do it, so it's free, di ba?
So it's advocacy,
Kaya,
not money.
Personally,
Not driven by money? But you succeeded because of it.
hindi naman natin alam na magiging successful tayo eh. Di ba? Kasi gusto lang natin to help build the capital market. So ito yung this is kaya di ba
That's
sabi
the strategy you have.
road less travel eh. Ayaw ng mga tao yan eh. Because if you are able to understand what we're sharing, what we're doing,
You will be.
you will become successful.
You'll be rich.
You'll be rich. Yes. Not only in money, but also in life. It's a combination eh. Di ba? Kasi kung may pera ka, tapos hindi ka naman tumutulong sa other people,
So it
hindi
began with a
sustainable.
belief in, because you just wanted to expand the capital market, to make people understand why it's good. But you didn't realize you will become this big.
Siyempre, hindi natin alam yan. So we are in US. It's a different business. It's not under COL.
Right.
It's under
This
CTS
is where you're
Global.
investing.
Yes,
And
yes.
who is overseeing this?
That's my kids. My children are the one running that business.
So they are investing in markets where they see
Potential.
What listed?
CTS Global. That's the
That is what listed.
That's a global trading, proprietary trading group. But it's not for customer. It's really for we raise the capitals and then we start deploying where the opportunity to do well, to make money.
So we should invest in CTS Global.
We don't promote also. We don't do that. I've never promoted COL, CTS, or even
Global.
KLO.
Why?
We don't, because if people buy your stock and they lose money, they will say something bad things about you. So we never hard sell the business.
Why the need to list?
Because if you list, then you have to make sure that you structure it properly. There's governance, and people are watching you. So when people are watching you, you have to have that discipline. I believe that if I did not list COL, there's no COL today.
How much was the public float? How much of the...
We were able to raise 1.3 billion pesos.
That's a lot of money.
Swerte nga eh. They didn't even read my prospectus. I was joking. Is it a successful IPO? I said, definitely. They gave me 1.3 billion without understanding what we do. But it's because of the track record we had in COL, di ba? Kasi COL, in a way, from 1 peso, it's now 35 pesos. So it's 10 cents, we changed the par. So it just was a 35 times growth, di ba?
It's a vote of confidence in you.
That's correct. That's correct. Because they believe that we will do the right thing. Sometimes we can be wrong, but at least, di ba, honest to goodness, we try our best to perform. I was invited on a leadership program, and I was so they asked me, Mr. Lee, so is there any secret about these things in life? I said no. I just teach you 2 words, which is the most important. You need to be a servant leader. Servant leader. Serve your people. You need to empower your people, di ba? You take care of your people so that they can help you scale your business. You need to take care of your customer, serve your customer. You have to give them the right product, the right service, so that they will stay with you. So it's called what we call the power of compounding. You take care of your investors, yung partners natin, so that they will stay with you also, right? So it's just taking care, being a servant leader. And when you continue to do that, then there will be a big difference between what is good and great, di ba?
Walang bagay sa mundo ang tiyak o sigurado, pero maaari nating paghandaan ang ating kinabukasan. Save, invest, reinvest. Palaguin natin ang ating pera dahil sabi nga ng ating iniidolong si Edward Lee, karapatan ng bawat Pilipino ang yumaman. Ako po si Ces Orenia Drilon. Maraming salamat sa inyong panonood sa Usapang Bilyonaryo. Watch the full-length producer's cut on Bilyonaryo Digital on YouTube and on Bilyonaryo's Facebook page.